Hello everyone, I'm Mark Kobrick and this is the Lakewood City Council Candidates Forum. The goal of the forum is to present the views of the candidates for Lakewood City Council in a fair, nonpartisan setting so that you, the voters, can make an informed decision. All candidates whose names will appear on the ballot have been invited to take part in this forum. The League of Women Voters of Jefferson County is sponsoring the forum in cooperation with Lakewood 8. The views expressed here will be those of the candidates, not the views of the Jefferson County League of Women Voters or of Lakewood 8. The Jeffco League of Women Voters has provided all of the questions for the candidates. The League takes no stand in support or opposition to the candidates. Our forum is divided into 6 sections, 1 forum for mayor and 1 for each of 5 city council ward races. Each forum is about a half an hour long. This is the election forum for City Council Ward 2 in the city of Lakewood. Before we meet the candidates, here is a map of the boundaries of Ward 2.
Ward 2 extends over the northeastern section of Lakewood, roughly from West 26th Avenue south to West Alameda Avenue, and from Kipling Street east to Sheridan Boulevard.
There is one candidate for Ward 2. Sharon Vincent is running unopposed, but still, Sharon, you will have 2 minutes for an opening statement and 1 minute for a closing comment. And I'll ask as many questions as time permits us here, and you will have the chance to respond to each question with a 2-minute limit per response. Thank you for your time today. All right, so Sharon, if you would, your opening statement, please.
I have been a resident of Ward 2 in Northeast Lakewood for my entire adult life. I raised my children here. They went to school here. I've been very active in the community, doing a lot of development plans on 40 West, the Morris Park, the O'Kane Park. I ran in and won in 2015, and this is my second and final term.
Well, first of all, a very fortuitous thing for you to be running unopposed in this, although you never know what can happen in Lakewood, I guess.
That's true.
The ballot is closed at the moment, am I right? The ballot is closed, so you're safe. We'd like to know why you want to serve as a council member for the city of Lakewood.
I represent the people of Ward 2, and there's some things that I've started working on and that I feel very passionately about, and I want to continue working on those and represent all the different people in all the different sections of the community. I feel like a lot of things have started. There's a lot of diversity in our community. A lot of things have changed. So it's very important to me to work with my co-counselor and to try to move that change forward.
What do you currently see as a challenge for your ward, and how would you work to overcome that challenge?
Not to overuse the word, but there's a lot of differences in the northeast section of Lakewood. We have very stable neighborhoods, and then we have a population that kind of comes and goes, very moving. We've also had a lot of young people moving in, which is great. So how do we keep those incorporated? And I'm very passionate about keeping the momentum moving forward that we've had in Ward 2. A lot of that is around the 40 West Arts District. There's been some redevelopment along Colfax. There's housing that's coming in that appeals to younger folks and families. But more importantly, we want to preserve those things that made Lakewood Lakewood. So it's the older, stable, what I would call stable neighborhoods. And that's some of the challenges. While it's good, that's some of the challenges that are facing our community. And as you know, there's a 1% growth initiative that passed that's very important to our area. How does that get implemented, and what do we do with that?
And I want to ask you about the growth initiative because it is a very popular topic right now among all the candidates, and a lot of the residents of Lakewood still discussing it as well. Again, our questions from the League of Women Voters of Jefferson County. The question is, with the passing of Lakewood Question 200, the City Council will be determining the number of allocations available for issuance for each year based on 1% of the number of estimated dwelling units as of December 31st of the previous year as the equal point, while allowing for any additions of new dwellings, annexations, and exempted projects and subtractions for any destroyed or abandoned dwellings and expired permits. And that, I'm just repeating the order, which I'm sure you're very familiar with. My question is, how do you see this change affecting your ward, and what plans, if any, do you have for its implementation?
One of the things that's so important in this initiative is there was an exemption for blighted areas. Blighted area is a term that's used in urban renewal. So we've already carved out a little section that's along Colfax. But there's also many other things that I think are very important that impact that area, one of which is opportunity zones. So I'm going to be working hard to make sure that those opportunity zones, which are limited, you have to do it because then the tax base will run out. Around that area, but also to make sure that that does not spread into areas that it should not. So to keep the density that has already been carved out in the plans while maintaining those people who obviously said no more growth in some areas. In Ward 2, it's a heck of a balancing act. We have everything from horse property to high-density apartments. So, but to keep the momentum going, that's going in certain areas of that ward.
In your opinion, particularly given the growth initiative, what do you think still makes Lakewood the great place to live that it is?
That we have large lots, that we have very much carved out areas that have a strong sense of community. And I think that this ward does a good job, I should say all of Lakewood perhaps, embracing diversity and trying to bring in more opinions and to honor a lot of those requests. That it's those differences sometimes that can be difficult to work with, but make us great.
What challenges for your ward, if any, do you anticipate as the Lakewood 2025 Moving Forward Comprehensive Plan approaches its completion dates during your term?
What are some of the challenges I see? Is that what you said?
Yes, ma'am.
To make sure that we adhere to that comprehensive plan. That was done with a lot of input from the community. So it's very important for them to be honored with that. And also, some of the businesses have used that to say, this is what's going to happen. So as we move forward to implement it with the intent and the impact of how it was written, to make sure that it's implemented correctly.
Right.
And then, of course, as you come to 2025, there'll be some additional information. So it's important to do a look back, the lessons learned, and what worked well, and perhaps what could work differently moving forward.
As we approach the 50th anniversary of the City of Lakewood, what is your vision for Lakewood's future, and more specifically, what is your vision for your ward?
To recognize, it's a balance, to recognize what needs to change and what probably should change while honoring that let people move into the area. We have kind of a void in some of those things that could support the folks that live here. It's called a food desert. So we need more restaurants, some more businesses that support that. Those are some of the challenges, I think, that affect the whole northeast section of Lakewood. It's the oldest section. And as things change, I guess in a nutshell, how do we honor those people that are here while looking at the people who are coming in?
Right, exactly. This is not a league question, it's just a curiosity question that I have. Is that what you hear primarily from the people in your district? Is it the growth question, or is it the new business issue versus old business issue? I mean, what are you hearing mostly from your voters?
Our ward, if you look at it, voted down the initiative. So what I'm hearing from people is that they realize that growth is coming. They just want to see it monitored. They know that it's impacting for the good a lot of the areas in this area. But they know that a lot is missing. As I stated, we had 40 West Arts, which is being recognized throughout the state. and some new businesses moving in, but there's still a lot of people who say we need more here in this area to keep me and my money here.
Right, your ward specifically.
Correct.
Given its location and its demographic.
And it's demographic, yes.
Okay. All right, well, you now have 1 minute for your closing statement, and you're on the clock, but please give us your closing statement and tell us why you're running this.
Okay. I am running, as I said, to keep things moving forward. We have got a lot of changes that are happening in the ward, and it's keeping us very, very, very busy. We have those things that I've stated before now several times, like the 40 West Arts District. There have been people who've been moving in along Colfax. We have a high energy there at First and Wadsworth of the restaurants, et cetera, that are moving in there. So I want to keep that momentum moving forward. I think I've listened to people and have tried my best to represent you, and I hope that you continue reaching out, letting me know how you think it's going, and perhaps what I need to do to keep moving forward, or perhaps what I need to do differently.
All right.
And that's why.
Well said, Sharon. Thank you very much today for
Thank
being our
you.
guest. Sharon Vincent, the lone city council candidate in Ward 2. Election day is November the 5th. All active voters will be mailed a ballot between October 14th and October 18th. For your convenience, there will be an outside ballot drop-off box on the west side of the Civic Center located at 480 South Allison Parkway. If you choose to mail your ballot, be sure that it is mailed early enough to ensure that it arrives by the deadline on Tuesday, November 5th. For more drop-off box locations as well as the nearest polling centers, go online to jeffco.us/elections. For candidate and ballot information, please consider using vote411.org, the online voter's guide, which will be available starting on October 8th, 2019. This guide provides a side-by-side comparison of the candidates for all of the Colorado races. Thank you for watching.